with the first video, the first podcast for this channel. And this is with a very special person, a friend of mine. And today we will be talking on how security works and on what AI trends my friend is working on. So, introducing to you Ayush Thakur, the man himself, working on AI security, RAGs, and today we will be talking a special surprise that a project that he's working on. He is pursuing his MCA and is a computer nerd, fiddles with everything, challenges the norms. He's a misfit himself, a truly dedicated person in the field of computer science. He has 25 publications, one patent, and about 10 copyrights. He is an authorized author in Scopus and has published in famous journals like IEEE.
Yeah.
So, over to him now. Please give a bit of introduction about yourself.
You already gave my introduction. So let's start with what I started my journey actually. So in 2020 we heard all about the chat GPT terms. So yeah, from there I actually get a lot of interest how it works, and I got overwhelmed by like how a computer knows what to answer without telling him you have to answer like this. For example, if I want to give a joke about, let's say, anyone, so he's going to specific generate it. So that's what one of the features that I really liked about it. Then in 2021, I guess we heard the first open source model, that is the Falcon 70B, which works just like ChatGPT and was trained on 70 million parameters. Then I gone into RAGs actually. The RAG is basically retrieval augmented generation.
Okay.
This term was first introduced in 2022, I guess. I'm not recalling that. But yeah, when the Perplexity companies come first in, yeah, from there I actually get fantasized like how a ChatGPT knows how what is currently going on. So how a ChatGPT is going to connect with the world, that is the internet. From there I first recall the word RAG, which is created by Langsmith. And anyone can use it using the package LangChain by using pip install LangChain. You must try once.
So, okay, let's dive into what are some of the interesting projects that you have worked on or are working on. So, give us an insight on what's a day to day that you work on.
Yeah, so basically day to day, currently I'm focusing on two major projects. The first one is basically multimodal RAG, in which you can just get or fetch anything out of a video clip, audio clip, photos, and text.
So, what's the current state of RAG and how it's different from what you are developing?
So, currently the RAG. So, first let me tell you how the RAG works. Then you can understand much better. So, let's say there is a very long book. Like for example, let's say Harry Potter books.
Okay.
Right? If I ask ChatGPT without training him on Harry Potter book, like tell me what is the dragon name. Suppose if there was a dragon, I don't know about Harry Potter.
You would offend the Harry Potter fans.
No issue. So let's talk about that. So ChatGPT currently don't know anything about dragon or Harry Potter because he didn't read. Right? So when I use RAG, so it basically on live train itself on the data by fetching and using the searching algorithms. There are many searching algorithms it uses. So it uses the neural network basically to fetch that part of context length chunk which tells what was the name of the dragon actually. So that's how it fetches the chunks or the parts of the data from text only currently what I know. And yes, Google is working on them, even the Amazon and many more, like Snowflake, the data science company, that is working on it.
So RAG is currently in a state in which it's able to fetch data from text only data.
Yeah, text and video is coming.
Video is coming.
Yeah, you can see in the demo of ChatGPT 4.0.
Yes, 4.0 we saw the demo in which they are scanning the whole room and it's able to interpret what is present in the room itself.
Yeah. But now what I am trying to do is, instead of scanning the room like a minute video or so, let's have an 8 hours lengthy video.
Okay, let's take a full course Python from YouTube. Yeah. It's a 4 and a half hour video.
Yeah, 4 and a half video. If I want to know, show me how addition works. Now it's going to just give me the clips of the video how to add or like that.
Okay, so you're saying like if I'm wanting to learn a course, but I want to learn a particular thing from a video instead of surfing by going 10 seconds or skipping things,
that's the major thing.
it can take out the whole clip in the whole video, various positions it is,
Yes.
and tell me where I should learn from.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an interesting kind of thing. And you mentioned the second project, like what's this mystery project you're working?
Yeah. The second project is Project MASKED.
Project MASKED.
MASKED.
Okay.
Yeah. So MASKED stands for multi-layered encryption, keeping encryption dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this project, what I am trying to achieve is end-to-end encryption model on a
Okay.
very low-level basic computational power.
That seems interesting because in today's scenario, like encryption is very much needed in securing our personal details or maybe things that we are uploading online. And day to day, we listen things like recently Domino's leaked its data. Not it was like something very scary because credit card details got leaked and people can just scrape this data off the net and use it in various kind of things. So what's this that you're working and how is different from the current scenario and what can we expect out of it?
Yeah. So let me tell you the current scenario. So what happening is, first, let's take an example of Domino's.
Okay.
What I know about the encryption method is they took your data.
So this is the hypothesis that we're taking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothesis. Yeah. First, let's say
Hmm.
you created an account.
Hmm.
You tell its name, your name, phone number, address, credit card details. If you want to use wallets, something like
Okay.
that. Then now that data is going to get encrypted first, and then going to store it in a database that is very high secure. To penetrate the data, you have to work like a lot.
Okay.
Even hackers cannot do it. Not every hacker.
So
Exception.
this is you're telling for your product that you're doing, or this is the current scenario?
This is the current
scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, there is data in which there are multiple layers of security.
Okay.
And for a hacker, he have to penetrate all the securities to get your original data.
Okay.
Now what I am going to do is, yes, the data is there, the security is there, enhancing the security in which your data, what you feed is going to encrypt on your side and then it's going to store in anyone's database. Like even as if you come into my company, you gave me all your details, even I don't know what your details are.
Okay, so it gets encrypted from the point I enter the details.
So point you enter the details.
Okay. So it's kind of a thing like currently they have a big trunk in which everything is being put into the trunk is being locked.
Yeah.
And they have put this trunk into trunk and made a layer for collecting the data. But in your case scenario, you're enclosing each bit of detail in a small box, putting a lock to it, and putting the small box in a bigger box and putting a lock to it.
Yeah. One more thing, even the box, the smallest box, we are trying to encrypt every single byte of it.
So every bit is being encrypted and being locked.
Yeah, every single bit.
So as a hacker or someone trying to use it for not so good purposes, trying to scrape data, personal data, so we would be told that your security database is being hacked. So then what happens? Let's say someone is being warned, someone is trying to attack for their for their malicious purposes. So what do we do there? What happens next?
That's one of the interesting thing in which I'm going to create something like that. If I get in my knowledge that you are trying to hack my encryption or my data, yes, not all encryption are safe. I can guarantee on that. Not every encryption is safe. Even the Google gets hacked.
Everything has a loophole.
So what I am trying to do is triggering.
Triggering.
Yes, triggering is one of the functions that I am currently implementing with my team. So in this functions, what happening is every single second, if I have let's say I have a good computation power, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Every single second, my data is going to encrypt with a new key, and the old key will get discarded.
So it's a dynamic locking system.
So yeah, it is DSL dynamic locking system.
Okay.
Here there are two major features. The first one is the chaining algorithms.
Okay.
Here,
what's chaining?
Yeah, chaining is basically example. First, take a bit, let's say taste letter, like taste my name,
Okay.
Ayush, AYUSH. Now here, every single parts of it, like AYUSH, gets encrypted here. If the person wants, suppose if the person wants to know my fifth letter, that is H, he cannot even do decrypt it for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
He have to start encryption from the starting only.
Okay.
That's the major thing. Like A, if A gets decrypted, then he have to go to Y. Then USH. So it's like that. So if you want to go hack someone detail, then you have to start hacking from every single bit of it.
And you're saying as someone attacks the letter A,
Yeah.
the key properties for YUSH would change accordingly,
Yeah.
and so the pattern that he was trying to, if he finds a pattern to hack into A, the same pattern won't be applicable to the other letters of the
Yeah,
word.
that's the major thing because there's no pattern. That's the second feature.
So it's totally randomized.
It's totally randomized. We are using kind of all operations, and there are many other. I cannot leak that actually. Yeah, but there are many things that we are trying
Hacker
to.
by profession.
Yeah. So there are
Okay.
many things we are trying to
Huh.
use. Many different algorithms like fragmented generation. We are working on it. Like how fragment we can make our data. Like a snap of it, the data gets break and the data recreates itself.
Okay.
That's we are currently working on it right now.
So let's take a use case scenario for, let's say, the healthcare industry. It's a very sensitive industry in terms of keeping the details very safe. How can we implement maybe in this kind of a system, or if some of the companies, let's say in the healthcare system, maybe in fintech. Fintech is very important because we need to keep the money safe. Money is something that people are working their life for. So how do we keep the system safe?
So let's take an example. You have a healthcare company.
Yes.
I come, I give all my details. You generate my details as per the medicals I have. Right? Now, you are going to store that data in a database.
Okay.
Even you don't know what's the data is stored in that database. That's what where we come.
Okay.
We will transcribe or just change your data in a type of format. Not even you know what we store. Not even I know what I created for you.
So you are creating the log, but how do I know what's the key to it? Like if I don't know the key, how am I able to access that data?
You cannot access. That's the major thing. Without a proper key, no one can access. And one more thing I want to mention, we are going to create a type of key in which you tell what should be the key size. Not like 256 or 128. Let's go 1 million. If you have a good computation power, you have a good.
So like when I want to retrieve the data, how do I do so? Like there's a particular key that I access, like admin.
So for
how
every single user, they have a key. So a user will ask, please give me my content. I have this key. You have to show the key to the software or anything, any program. The program will fetch
the data associated to that key.
Yeah, associated to that key, but that data is already encrypted with the company's key.
Okay.
So there are two layered keys we
Okay.
are trying to implement for a B2B business.
Okay.
Now your data is totally safe actually. Now that data is going to come and verify, yeah, this is my key, and will show you. And remember, this showing thing that's happening is on cache level. Once you remove the key, the cache gets destroyed. No one can read it again. Not even the company can read it.
So basically, if I have input the data, I have the capability to read the data, and I only have that. Nobody else can see.
Nobody else can see. And if you want to rewrite the data, you and company wants to have work together on that.
Okay.
It's like you have to both put your keys together, rewrite it, then
rewrite the whole thing. There's something kind of a bank locker system in which the bank manager puts in his key.
Yeah, that's how.
I take my key, I put it, and we have to twist it together to access that data.
Yeah.
So in this kind of a scenario, the companies also can't access the data, so they can't use our data for their own particular training or making their models.
No, they cannot. They never. I told you, they don't know what data they are storing. They just know you are their customer.
Okay.
They don't even know your name.
Oh.
If I come, I say I am your customer, they will show me. They don't want the key, they just say come and log into your system.
So log in, they would have the key in behind in the system that you would integrate. So any companies who are looking into like encrypted data or are wanting encryption software, you know the guy whom to contact. We will put in the details in the description. You can have a look at it.
Yeah.
So anything more you would like to tell on this, or anything that you have in secret that you would like to get the cat out of the bag?
Currently, what I am working is on encrypting LLM data privacy.
That's something that everyone wants to know. LLM data is not safe. People retrain their data on existing prompts. There's a lot prompt injection happening in the system currently. Loopholes to get ChatGPT to utter things that are nonsense, that is not according to human conventions. So what is it?
So basically, let's say ChatGPT is trained on some data.
Yes.
So we are going to fetch data
Hmm.
from using any system.
Okay.
Right? Let's take an example of some chats. Some chat
Okay.
is happening.
Okay.
We trained it on ChatGPT.
Okay.
Now, if I ask ChatGPT, tell me what did she say?
Hmm.
ChatGPT will go open. Yeah, this she said this.
Let's
I
examine.
got the reply, right? What if now what happening is before training,
Hmm.
I will just encrypt all the data.
Okay.
Yeah. So now ChatGPT knows the encrypted data, not the actual text. Now, as an admin,
Hmm.
I have the key to unlock the data.
Hmm.
If you as a hacker comes,
Hmm.
you ask, tell me what's the data. If by chance ChatGPT got jailbreak,
Hmm.
if he gave you the answer, but you still cannot recognize it. What's the data it is? So,
So-
every single answer the ChatGPT generates, if it's fetched from a sensitive data, that sensitive data will stay there, but in an encrypted form, which can only be accessed by the owner of the data.
Okay. So this is some in-depth topic that we would need to cover on this.
Yeah.
So I would like to tell you that Ayush has a surprise for you all. He has made a small demo of how his encryption software works, and I would be attaching the link in the description in which you can check out how his system works. For any companies dealing in B2B SaaS, having to encrypt database, working on LLM that need to secure data for particular clients, maybe like internal company pricing, internal company details, internal company profiles that they don't want to give the access to the public, but have to give the access to the GPT model or to the LLM model to train their data on. This is the model that you would like to use, the encryption model that Ayush is developing. So stay tuned for further updates on the LLM security part of things. Have a great day. Be tinkering, be innovators, be makers, be the artists of the world who change the world. Let me know in the comments any cool ideas that you're working on. Let's look into something on some cool projects. We have a newsletter that we are rolling out from the website neuralshell.com.
Yeah, that's a new group foundation that I'm going to be together going to create actually.
So on that, we would like to list projects in which you can work, collaborate, pour in the fun, the knowledge that you have in making the thing, mold the clay as you want. So stay tuned on neuralshell.com. Bye.